Uh-oh. The road ends. Oh man. Ay, 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 ay. Oh man, I'm so close. Looks like I'm bushwhacking it. Hey there, so I am hitchhiking at the bus stop here. I will take whatever gets me up the hill here. This is Oludeniz out here. And I'm actually hitchhiking or catching a bus, whatever happened, to go get a rental car because the rental car company here, there's like just one in town I guess, didn't have anything available today. And there was one up the hill, about a 2 mile or 3 kilometer drive or walk or whatever, but it is like up a steep hill and I don't want to do that hike in the hot afternoon sun here. So going to get up there, get a car, hopefully, or a motorbike or whatever. He did say that they had something, and then start exploring around here and see more of this region of Turkey beyond just the tourist town of Oludeniz here. So here we go. That is the bus, if it comes up this way, which it will eventually. Kabak and Kayakoy. Okay, we got sort of a van, no? So those are the two places that I'm trying to go today. The Kayakoy village is a ghost town. I will explain more about that later. And Kabak is at the end of the road over here, heading towards the Lycian Way, which I talked about in the previous video, a long trekking route that goes along the south coast of Turkey. And I'm hoping to at least just get on the trail and do a little bit of hiking up it and show the area. It's absolutely stunningly beautiful. You can kind of get a little bit of a glimpse of the mountains and cliffs and stuff here. Okay, let's see if this works. I'm going 3 kilometers, okay. This is the machine, a quad. So they wouldn't rent me a motorbike because I don't have a motorcycle driving license, but they can give you the quad. So this will do the trick. It was 200 Turkish lira for the day. That is about 26 bucks. So let's get going to the Kayakoy ghost town. It's gonna be cool. I've actually been there before. And here we've got some ruins. This is not the main part of the village though. I just passed this as I was driving along. It's another little ways down the road there. But thought that I would stop and take a quick look here at these guys. Check it out. This town was inhabited a century ago, in the early 20th century, when it was abandoned. And in order to understand the history here, then you kind of have to understand a whole lot of world history, in particular the Greek and Ottoman empires. So the Greek Empire was huge, the Ottoman Empire was huge, but they were at their peaks in different time periods. So if you've heard of Constantinople, there is that song by They Might Be Giants, Istanbul is not Constantinople, blah, 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 something like that. So Constantinople was the name of the Greek city where Istanbul now exists. It was a Greek city for many, many centuries because the Greek Empire was all throughout this area of modern-day Turkey and beyond, and many other parts of the world, this general region of the Mediterranean and then elsewhere. And then the Ottoman Empire was expanding and encroaching on the Greek territory, and when the siege of Constantinople happened and was ultimately successful, and Constantinople fell to the Ottoman Turks. That shifted the whole power paradigm, and the Ottoman Empire continued expanding into Greek territory. There is a great TV show on Netflix. I think maybe it's called Constantinople, Fall of an Empire or Fall of a City, something like that. I will put a subtitle down below. I highly recommend checking it out. It is a fascinating and very well done drama series about the whole Ottoman attempt to take over Constantinople and ultimately succeeding. And so, because of this overlap of the empires, as the case tends to be, then when the Ottomans took over, then not all of the Greeks just left right away. And so this village of Kayakoy was a Greek village long after the Ottomans had taken over, which happened in the 15th century. That is when Constantinople fell and became ultimately Istanbul. And so for centuries then there was, the mixing of the Greeks and the Turks, and this little village of Kayakoy existed as a Greek village up until the early 20th century, around World War I, when everything changed. And at that point, then Greece and Turkey decided to enforce a population exchange. The Turks in Greece, who had lived there for centuries, for generations of that being their home country, were forced to come to Turkey, and the Greeks in Turkey were forced to go to Greece. And so at that time, then, the village of Kayakoy was abandoned. The Greek residents, because it was, just a Greek enclave, a oasis or an island or whatever of Greeks here, the village was abandoned and was never repopulated. So that is the story of Kayakoy. So going to head down the road here, and there is much, much more to see. As you can see, the abandoned buildings just scattered all throughout here. I think maybe down here is kind of the main valley going up. There's a spectacular church. So as I mentioned, I was here before in 2009 when I spent 3 weeks traveling all around Turkey. And so 11 years ago, and my memory is rather hazy. For one thing, it was late in the evening, I remember. And so everything looked a bit different. But I suspect that I will recognize something at some point. Let's go ahead and just shoot up here. See what we find. So this really looks like a little chapel. I think it must be. But there's a much bigger church that I will try to find. It's almost hard to believe that only a century ago, this was a full, thriving, inhabited town. It looks like it's been abandoned for even longer than that, but time does have a way of eroding human creations relatively quickly. For example, the abandoned ashram in India that I visited outside of Rishikesh, it was abandoned in like the early 1990s, I think. And it looks almost as ruined as this. All right, upper church. Up this way. And some restaurants. Oludeniz. That's the town where I started the video and made a separate video about that. awesome beach town. All right. Here is the ticket office. Okay. And so the ticket was 10 Turkish lira, which is $1.50. And here's a bit more of the history. Although the history of Kayakoy, which was known as Karmalassos in the ancient period, dates back to 3000 BC, no find has yet been discovered dating earlier than the 4th century BC. And so I guess there is references to it going back to 3000 BC, but actual evidence going back to 400 or so BC. The houses on the slopes of the city belonged to the Greek settlement, which was called Lycian at that time, and were built during the second half of the 19th century. The town was abandoned due to the population exchange in 1923. There are 14 chapels, 2 churches, 2 school buildings, and 1 customs building. Upper church, lower church, school, water, chapel. Looks like another one of the chapels. Ovacek, something is 7 kilometers. That would be an absolutely incredible hike. And things are looking familiar now. Here is the main church. Guess you have to kind of sneak in. Amazing. and I am hungry. I got a sandwich and some juice in the backpack here, so going to take a seat in a nice shaded spot here. Looks good. Kasar salam, or maybe kashar salam. I'm guessing that means salami sandwich. 12.90 Turkish lira. That's $2. And so you can see it just keeps going and going. But I think I'm going to head back to the quad, get back on the road, and head next in the general direction of Kabak, the end of the road, going east from here along the coast towards the beginning of the Lycian Way trek. You can see the paragliders up there. There's the quad. And this is Oludeniz. Oludeniz, I think. And the beach. My hotel is just kind of back up there. And you can see the beach goes along this bay, and then there's a lagoon out other side of the beach out there. And I'm heading up the road this way, going along the coast out there. And another shot of the bay at Oludeniz. Just amazing. And just around the corner is another nice beach. You could easily just walk here from Oludeniz. And so I think that Feralia is the little bit bigger town on the way to Kabak. Kabak is about 10 kilometers further this way. The amazing vantage point here. Looking out at the Aegean and the Mediterranean. Aegean Sea is basically an offshoot of the Mediterranean, and right here basically they're kind of joining together. And this is Feralia. You can hear the call to prayer. Look at that canyon down there. I've got to walk down there and get a closer look. It's absolutely spectacular. And look at that tiny, tiny little beach right down there. I'd seen people pulled over at a pullout up there that looked like they were getting ready for a hike. Probably that hike goes down to that beach. I am definitely going to get in the water one way or another soon. If not that beach, another one. Going through Feralia here. I guess more of the town is down the hill. And so the road ends just a, I don't know, kilometer or two or something out this way. And this is the beginning of the incredible Lycian Way trek. It goes up into those mountains, no roads up in there, and along the coast for several hundred kilometers, almost all the way to Antalya, a city on the south coast of Turkey, way that way. I haven't done this trek, but I got to do it one of these years. It would be absolutely incredible. Take, I don't know, a month or two or something. You go along village trails and probably some roads here and there and walk through villages, and then you're just out in the wilderness at times. I guess you stay in people's homes, little, you know, villages or people that live along the route there, something like that. And you could camp if you wanted. That would be an experience of a lifetime. And so I decided to park the vehicle here because the road is turned to dirt and gravel, and the quad does not brake very well going downhill in gravel. I discovered that at a pullout. Fortunately, it wasn't a risky situation, but don't want to take a chance here. I'm not exactly sure where this road goes, but it can't go very far. Those cliffs are in the way, and I know that the road ends right around here. And the beginning of the trek starts somewhere. Maybe it could be further up there. Check out that amazing accommodation, whatever it is. It's kind of like yurts or something, hugging that little hill there. And I'm pretty sure that there is also a beach down here. So I'm going to see if I can find the trail and confirm that that beach does exist. That's what I remember from the last time. Didn't go there though. Kabak Dome, that is probably referring to those. But you can see a beautiful little bay there. It isn't even all that far down, so I think this should be doable. Check it out. Oh yeah. That is a nice looking bay there. All right, how do I get down there? Maybe this road is just going down there. Or, looks like a trail shoots off right here. Question is, do I go for it and hope it actually gets down there? It's like a total four-wheel drive road, but it's going more directly in that direction. Seems like it's got to go down there. So far so good, but man, this is steep. Let's look at it over the hill here. Keeps on winding down. Can't imagine this being an actual route to drive up. I wouldn't even go up with that quad. Definitely not down it. Uh-oh. The road ends. Looks like a trail might continue. I hope. I'm quite close. Oh man. Ay, 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 ay. The trail does not continue from here. Oh man, I'm so close. It was like a driveway to this. Well, I'm not going to walk all the way back up without getting down to the water first, so looks like I'm bushwhacking it. So I managed to get down that. Oh man, and now it's just total like bushwhacking. I can see a driveway right over there, very close. I just got to keep my eyes open for snakes here. And I bet it will be possible to get through. And then I will find the proper trail to go back up. Oh boy. All right, making some progress, and look at these old rock walls. Bit of history here. And there are some cabins here, so that's a good sign. And a road with a fence and a spiked gate in the way. And got over the fence with barbed wire right there. So here's a road. I am cautiously optimistic that this is going to get me there. And gate, but here's a path. It looks like that is where I was supposed to be. Hello. This will go all the way up to the top, to Kabak. Have you gone through yet, or?
This is going to village. This is to beach.
To the beach and village. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sometimes the price of adventure is a convoluted route and dirty shoes and legs and feet. Okay, I guess. All right, some really cool camps here. It feels like I finally found civilization after like days in the wilderness. Look at these cute little cabins. So this looks like the ultimate place to stay away from the like full-on tourist zone where I am. And just a short walk from the beach. Got your restaurants, cabins, and nice cool water. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I think it's going to be safe to say that I earned it. Abandoned for some reason. Look at this. Old snack truck, vitamin bar.